Hello fairies and fellas, I'm Lindsay, and we're about to get wild. In today's video, I tried drawing Bloom from the Winx Club into the Arcane art style. Right off the bat, what I noticed was how simplified the Winx Club's art style was. No disrespect to any cartoonists, the sheer amount of decisions you have to make in order to simplify these characters is insane. However, the complete lack of diversity made me immediately panic because, wait a minute, does Bloom have a face? Thankfully, I remembered that a lot of these characters, all of the main 6 Winx Club members, were based off of celebrities or singers in the 2000s. The concoction here, or the formula, was fairy plus element or superpowers plus a certain celebrity. So for Bloom was based off of Lindsay Lohan, Flora was based off of Jennifer Lopez, Aisha was Beyonce, and so on and so forth. This allowed me to pull up a realistic reference image because even though Arcane is beautifully stylized, the proportions and variety in all the different facial features almost requires I wouldn't even say almost, it definitely requires a realistic human reference. So for Bloom, I mostly referenced Vi from Arcane, as well as this Lindsay Lohan photo that you can see me pulling up now. I started by blocking in the exterior face shape and starting more with the painterly method that I normally go for digital. I am a line art girl all the way, all day, every day, so this very painterly style in digital was a wonderful, fun exercise. I highly recommend it, but it is definitely more challenging than I realized. I still think that my final result wound up being a bit more textured than I would have liked, but at the same time, I don't know, there's just so much detail and like grunge to the characters in Arcane that I feel like the texture was kind of needed still. You can see me struggling with this hair. It was my personal nemesis this entire redraw. I redrew it like 3 different times. You can see me going in there, brushing it in, giving like Bloom this fiery red hair that's like all over the place and wild. I just love her bangs, and it's such a distinct style. Whenever you see people cosplaying Bloom, this is the hairstyle that they use, with this one big bang portion in the front and then these two curly side pieces. But Riot and the studio Fortiche, they don't, I'm guessing because it's hard to animate, but they don't have any very curly cues in the game. They have curly hair like Ambessa and Mel and Coils, but there's no flowing swirls, and that was a real challenge for me because Winx is 90% swirls, especially in the hair. So that was I had a personal vendetta against this hairstyle, and then I realized, oh wait, not only do I have to draw Bloom's hair, I have to draw Bloom's hair in Enchantix, because, come on now, Enchantix is probably the most iconic at this point of all of the Winx outfits and Winx transformations. I think it's just the most fun to draw, I'm not gonna lie to you. So I thought, okay, I'll just draw her in Enchantix, and she has this really slicked back hair that does fit more with like the reference image of Caitlyn that I had pulled up, and by the way, I'm pulling up all kinds of references on my other devices and on the side, not just on the Procreate screen here. I may have referenced a certain Mr. Steelio girl, Ginger. I'm not naming any names, just saying that. So then after I realized, oh no, I have to draw this like really slicked back and I have to draw braids in it, you can see me trying to do that, and I am just struggling. I do not think that it looked good, at least for a first time, me trying to render in the Arcane style. I think it just looks better when I eventually go back to the hairstyle that I had, the rough shape. But the good news was that after drawing this hairstyle that I wasn't happy with, I discovered something that helped me render the Arcane hair. I found that especially in Vi's very choppy haircut with all the different pieces and layers, it almost looks feathery. So you can see me layering over, I get the bulk shapes in, and then I alpha lock that layer, add a gradient to the pieces. The shadows in Arcane, the lighting is so dynamic, so it's very important for the shadows to have like a very cool tone to them. I almost used a purple for the edges and tips of Bloom's hair, and then I did add sparkles. Please forgive me. I know Arcane is not the most, well, I don't know, it's pretty sparkly. It's not the most sparkly. I think I added more sparkles than was permitted by Arcane reasoning, but it's the Winx Club. The sparkles are a legal requirement. Her face is still kind of wonky, you can see this in the flipped version. I'm still pretty happy with it, but I am excited to learn more and keep practicing the style. For this redraw, I only focused on Bloom's face and rendering her in this realistic style. I don't have any story or world building in the world here. I'd love to theorize about that, like what would the Winx Club even look like in the world of Arcane, where it is so nihilistic to a certain point. I feel like it could be really interesting to explore that. I might do another video where I draw these Winx characters, maybe full body concepts as Zonites or people from Piltover. Stella is definitely from Piltover. I don't think anyone's arguing against that. It's definitely a special show to me, and I am happy to give it the Arcane treatment. But yeah, here's my girl! I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you'd like me to draw another Winx character in the Arcane art style, which one would it be?